Hello and welcome back to Tulsa, Oklahoma for the 2024 PDGA Junior World Championships presented by Innovadiscs. This is the back nine of our semifinal coverage, which is brought to you by Gatekeeper Media. I'm Nathan Johnson, joined in the booth today by Dan Brooks-Wells. What's up, Dan?
What's going on, man? We got a awesome card here, a little bit toasty out today, but we're seeing some guys sling some discs around, and they're doing a great job at it.
Yeah, we have our lead card battling for the final four spots that will make the final nine here at Junior Worlds. A couple of guys in contention, a couple of guys looking to make some moves. It is a jam-packed top 10, so we will see who ends up coming out on the right side of that cut line.
Yeah, and it is, no time to hold back anymore. It is full send for the guys who are on that line. We got to start making some moves. So here is a tough one here, hole 10. This is a par 3, 415 feet. You got to pretty much hang it out over the OB, and if you drop into the OB, you go to a instant bogey at best drop zone.
Important shot for Ryan Monn, and he throws it just about as well as you can. This is a really hard hole, and to give himself a 30-footer with just a nice big spike hyzer is perfect. Is great.
It's good. That's what we call good.
Very good.
Very, very.
This is looking good from Beachy as well. If it gets the ground, interesting ground reaction. Lands him in circle 2.
Yeah, just outside. Again, anything over this water is good. We saw, I think, what did we see? 2 or 3? 2 guys, I think, find the water in round 2. These guys, they know what to do. They kind of either saw that or learned it. Just get it over. And this is one guy I don't think really ever has a problem getting it over this water.
Does he even think about the water on this hole? Does he even realize it's there?
It probably is like if we had 200 feet of water to clear. That's like what he's thinking. Yeah.
This is Elijah Cleary with a long birdie look. Doesn't quite connect. Young did come up a bit short. Kind of, I think, caught some late trees, but he does have a long look at this one. And what a beautiful spin putt.
That was like riding Anheuser the entire way.
It was so smooth. That's a great putt. And a big time putt too. Keeps him in the mix.
Absolutely. Yeah, every stroke here counts now. We did see a couple other guys at 33, 32. So you just got to watch out for it and keep on your game here.
Got Josiah Beachy now out in circle 2 as well. A lot of chains for him, but does not stick it. Ryan Monn from circle's edge. Ooh. That's a tough one.
That's tough. Yeah.
That's one of those putts that I say if there's no chains, he just probably makes it because it just drops in the back of the bucket. But unfortunately, the chains kind of push it out.
Yeah, that's a good point. I haven't really thought about that.
Fortunately, I've thought about it way too many times.
Yeah, I guess so, apparently. But that's all right. No sweat for Ryan there. Hole 11, par 3, 285 feet, dog leg, or just a little finish to the right. Not much of a dog leg, actually.
Yeah, I call it a subtle drift.
Yeah.
You can throw the turnover, you can throw the sidearm. Both will get the job done. Just got to make sure you hit the gap with something moving right the whole way. This looks nice from Young if it gets a nice forward skip. And yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah, he'll be a similar. He'll be a little closer actually than the last putt there. Ryan also opting for the forehand with something overstable.
Yeah, this looks better. Actually, very similar result. Maybe slightly closer.
Here is Beachy. That's a Cool jersey by Beachy. I like that basket design there.
Makes it easy for us to remember his name as well.
Also true.
But we wouldn't forget at this point. He's been on the coverage now a couple rounds. Playing very well, too. Putt's been solid. Cleary now, he's been going to the sidearm a lot whenever he gets the chance. And why not when you're going to throw it like that?
Yeah, looking great. Just a little tap in there for him. Couple of longer looks coming up here.
Oh, this is that was looking nice. Just stalled out a bit too early, but had a good shape to it.
Yeah, here's Young now from 35, 36 feet. Just pulling to the right. That seems to be his miss when he's committing to a putt is just he gets a good amount of power on it. That arm just drifts out to the right a little bit too much and ends up following. Monn picking up where he left off right there. Good birdie putt by him. And yeah, Young just a little bit, this is a pretty far comebacker here.
Whew, just squeaks it in over the rim. That's a big one to knock down. Keeps him at 33 for now in that top 4. I think you want to make predictions, Dan, of what the mark's going to be.
We're at hole 11 here. We got 6 holes left. I think you're going to have to get another 3 birdies. I'm going to say 30. This is tough. Let me think. 30. I'm going to say 36. I'm going to say 30. I'm going to say 36.
I'll
35.
Take the under.
35.
Oh, now you're changing
your
answer.
I'm going to say 30. You didn't let me think. I'm going to go.
We don't have time. It's post-produced, Dan. It moves fast. We're already on hole 12, dude. Now you're getting more information.
Guys,
we're basically cheating.
I'm sorry, but we are on hole 12, par 4, 575 feet. Tight here, always off the tee. Actually, probably one of the more open holes here, but it is still having to hit a gap, hit a line, and Ryan does just that. If you do remember, this hole was like pretty much underwater round 2, so at least these guys get to play in some dry conditions this time around.
This is pulled from Cleary, but gets a insanely good kick. That's a multi-stroke saving kick right there.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. That's cool, but we know that Young is trying to smash this one. Gets a weird little reaction off of maybe a stick in the fairway or something.
Stick or just the mud that's kind of taking up that area. Still a great drive, though. This is also looking good if it gets a little bit of fade just in time for Beachy. Nice shot from him as well. Yeah, all 4 guys now in position to attack. Very similar shaped shot into this green.
Yeah, maybe trying to keep something, a little straighter on this one comparatively, but this doesn't really get into those trees. Like if you go in there, it's jail. And you're looking for any gap to get out. So fortunate to stay out of there.
Smooth looking shot for Monn. Gets a nice friendly kick from the tree to slow his disc down inside the circle. Pretty much just a nice straight shot for Beachy into the green. Fading out a bit early. Similar spot to Monn. You can see both those discs over there.
Yeah, that'll be just fine. You can see Young getting way up the fairway here. Just a little putter shot in. Turns this one over a bit. And he will be putting from about 25 feet. And Young's upshots I've noticed have been making him make those outside of 25-foot putts, which I think has led to some lost strokes here and there. So if he can clean that up or make some of these putts at the end, he'll be looking good.
That's a great putt from
solid
Beachy.
Strike there from Beachy.
Yeah. he has been very solid from that circle's edge range.
So you took the under on 36. Is that what you said?
Correct. I think it's
All
going to
right.
be 35 or lower. Just because this finishing stretch is tougher than the front 9. There are some bogeyable holes down the stretch.
That's
And
true.
the nerve factor, is also worth considering.
That is a good point. We'll see if that affects any of our players here. But here is Young for his birdie putt. He is able to knock that one down. And again, all these putts at the end are big time putts, right?
Yeah, every stroke is going to matter once we get to the end of this round. So that was a big one for Harrison.
Stepping up to hole 13. This is a par 3, 340 feet. Obviously, there will be a tight gap here off the tee, but you get to kind of choose which way you want to go.
Yeah, I think this right side shapes a little better just for where the basket is, but there is also a forehand gap if you want it. This is looking very nice for Monn and gets a great skip. That is chalk it up, another birdie for him.
There we go. He's getting close to that double digits per round score. Just catches a tree pretty far down the fairway, so not off his line by much, but does take a rough kick.
Yeah, this is a bit wide from Beachy, just catches that tree. All right, if Cleary throws a 4, he's going backhand too. Never mind. I'll save my comment for later.
Okay.
four backhands. Everybody taking this right-hand side, and that one is pulled as well. Catches the same tree.
Yeah, that tree probably gets hit a lot. Like you need to get around that corner, right? And most of the time, if you're throwing a straight shot, you need that little extra width. I believe that's a fantastic forehand by Cleary there. I believe you need more of a hyzer flip on this drive to really stay clear of the corner and stay clear of that tree.
Yeah, Beachy has a long putt. I'm surprised he can putt it this far, but works out for him. Yeah, that tree feels like the kind of tree that you aim for and then hope your disc just fades in front of it, right?
Right.
So not surprising that these guys are hitting it. What a great man.
Oh my goodness.
Young has these little Anheuser putts down. So solid.
Such good angle control, like releasing the putter and getting like a nice little spin on it too to keep it on that angle. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, that is not an easy putt to throw. Go in your backyard and try to putt around something if you're righty to the left of an object. It is so like I never know where to aim, you know. It's tough to do, so he's done it well. And another birdie for Ryan Monn. Keeps cruising.
Who would have thunk? Hole 14. This is a par 5, 900 of those feet to deal with in this tough wooded area.
Yeah, this is the hardest hole on the course in round 2. It is the same this round, even with our condensed field. So very important to be in the fairway off the tee. Monn does pull this a bit. Not the worst spot, but he's got to be careful about not trying to do too much from there. That's how you can get into trouble on a hole like this.
Oh my gosh, flip. Keep flipping.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. That was
Yeah,
crushed.
that was so far. I know it would be very tough to eagle this hole, but there's a chance if he does that again that he's got like 100-foot jump putt, which
Yeah.
is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I mean, he can throw 500 feet. He just needs 2 insanely accurate shots at that 450 distance. That's it. That's all you need.
Yeah, through the woods on a
Yeah,
tight line in a low ceiling.
right. I mean,
Great
what are
shot
we
from
talking?
Cleary.
Right. So clearly, Cleary is playing that mid-range game and keeping in the fairway, and I also like that strategy too. Like we were saying on the front 9, there are many different ways you can play these holes and get the same score. You could throw the putter on a lot of these shots as well and do just fine. Monn able to work his way out. That was a pretty hard thrown shot, and it does look like he ends up in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, that was I don't want to Monday morning quarterback it, but I would say an unnecessarily aggressive shot for that position, given where he is. Obviously, he's got some strokes to work with, and it worked out just fine. I'm not going to tell him, he's playing insanely well this week. I'm not going to tell him how to go for it, but I was a bit surprised. So scrambling now. This is going to be off the fairway again. Does not make the corner fast enough. And looks like Beachy going to try to cut the corner.
Oh my gosh. This looks hard. This looks okay.
So close.
Yeah. For a second, I thought he had it.
Yeah, it was looking great. Just caught like the last tree. I'm taking it back. This hole is not eagleable. The shape of it with this right, I forgot how drastic of a right turn it is at the end.
Yeah, I thought he was farther to the right, like farther up more a little bit, but yeah, you're definitely right.
Yeah, this is kind of the same shape as, I don't know what hole it is. It's like hole 6 at Northwood Black, where it's kind of like that question mark shape where it drifts right and then like hard back to the left.
Yeah.
But that corner is just so far down that not really doable unless you go like 500 and something feet off the tee. So good scramble shots from these guys, just kind of pitching up, staying in the fairway. Monn gonna have to settle for that pitch out and most likely a bogey, assuming he gets up and down.
And here is Young taking advantage, playing a smart shot on his second shot, and able to put. It just skips a little bit away, but I think that's only 22 to 25 feet there.
It's not too bad, but this is the what touch gets you though, right? Like he's throwing a very overstable disc on a flex forehand into the green.
Yeah.
It skips to circle's edge. Ryan Monn is throwing a touchy nose up neutral putter shot, and when it hits the ground, it does not move.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the benefit of being able to kind of throw with touch and more neutral discs into the green. There are definitely benefits.
Yeah, pros and cons to both shots. You just want to be able to do it all, you know.
It's true. It would be nice. It would be nice to have it all.
You can do it, Nathan.
This is a bogey putt for Ryan Monn. First one of those we've seen for him in a while. Does knock it down. And this is a big birdie putt here for Young.
Nice. Good solid strike from him, and he takes a birdie on the hardest hole on the course. That goes a long way.
I hope my talking there about, angles and upshots wasn't too like old man yells at cloud ranty there. I apologize if I got on my soapbox a bit, everyone listening at home.
I think it's good information. No need to apologize there. But we are at hole 15. This is a par 3, 360 feet.
Yeah, either a slight turnover backhand, sidearm, both acceptable. Young going to go with probably a nice mid-range. Doesn't quite get it to turn.
Yeah. Good kick. Keeps him in the middle. Important to get up and down for his par. And Cleary here is trying to do a similar line, just missing that tree on the left. Does sneak through.
Yeah, that'll work out just fine. This is looking great for Monn as well if it stables up.
So smooth. Just catches that one of the last guardian trees into the green. He'll have a C2 look. No reason not to try and run that.
Yep. And Beachy. This is looking great as well. If it gets a little bit of ground play. Oh, it gets a lot of ground play, actually.
So too much ground play.
Deep. Yeah.
Young opting for the forehand upshot and at that 22-ish range again.
So yeah, Monn actually a lot shorter than it looked originally. About 50 feet, but it doesn't matter.
Wow. All right.
What a bounce back. I think his bounce back rate, at least from what we've seen this tournament, I think is 100%.
You might be right about that. I know he definitely bogeyed. I think he bogeyed twice in round one. I'm not sure how he recovered, but yeah. He just hasn't had a lot of bogeys, period. So
this is true.
Yeah.
That helps.
Solid putt there by Beachy. Here is Cleary for his own. Oh, no.
That was weird. I think it caught like the back nubs and just didn't quite find the bottom.
Yeah, that was strange.
That's a big putt right now. He is the fourth best score on the card currently, so you know he is the one on the chopping block if the chasers are able to do what they're trying to do. So if you're Cleary, maybe you take a peek at the scores here after this hole just to see what you need.
Yeah, I think so. And he might have already taken a look, but now's definitely the time. Getting down here to the final 3 holes. Like you said, check those scores, see where you're at, make sure we're making the smart decisions. So this is a par 3, 280 feet. Super tight. Step 1, hit the gap.
Yeah, and speaking of checking scores, as Ryan Monn absolutely pures this round was a shotgun start, not tee time. So these guys are all going to be finishing at the same time as other cards. So they do not necessarily know the mark they have to get to as we come down the stretch here. That could potentially come into play. So we can't necessarily give you a score someone may need on 18 because they don't even know. Bit off for Beachy there. Does find the fairway again, so it shouldn't be too difficult of a scramble.
Harrison, just similar as well. It looked like that was going to be a little early and gets a little boop back into the fairway.
Yeah, just a friendly nudge. Cleary, this is a big time shot if he can stick it close and gets a nice little scoot up out just to the edge of the bullseye.
Scoot dappity beep boop.
Exactly. We're taking up scatting, Dan. Oh, go in. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. He almost boop boppity beep.
He almost booped it right in. Exactly. Long look for Harrison Young. This would go a long way into kind of securing his spot if he can knock this one down. Just a bit left.
That's all right. A little bit of a comebacker for him, and here's Monn getting to that 50 mark. Very impressive.
Yeah.
It's nice to
Yeah.
birdie more than half the holes. You know,
It's
It's
quite
good stuff.
impressive. It is. It has been a pleasure to watch Ryan Monn absolutely dismantle these courses.
Yeah, guys, you know, everyone at home, notice that, yeah, he can crush and he throws good lines, but I think where he's been the most consistent is on the putting green. He is just making everything that he pretty much steps up to. So you want to increase that score or decrease that score, if you will. Uh, get on that putting green.
Yeah,
Practice
make your
up.
30-footers.
Yeah,
Those are the money makers,
yeah,
or in
absolutely.
this case, trophy getters, because it's an amateur-only event.
Future money makers. Hole 17, par 4, 630 feet. Working a little bit right to left here. So right now, 36 is looking pretty good.
36 is looking good. 34 is looking questionable.
Chopping blocky. We'll see.
Yeah, that's another perfect drive from Ryan Monn. Just a nice soft hyzer here will set you up. This is one of the tougher holes. This, just because you pure the drive does not mean it's a guaranteed birdie. It is still a demanding upshot. A bit early from Cleary. Gets very fortunate to get through there.
Yeah, that got through a lot. So here is Beachy doing the kind of the same thing, and his just gets smacked down.
Yeah, that tree gave him the Dikembe Mutombo treatment.
It certainly did. So we know what kind of power Young wants to put on this disc.
Oh yeah, that's a full rip. Maybe a little too much because that kind of flipped up to flat for him. It's going to put him in a tough spot from there.
I don't know if he has understable disc in his bag. He might have overstable and then just stable disc that he just crushes on and flips over.
Yeah, at least for us, they're overstable. For any normal person, right? For him, you know, he's probably has his flippy Firebird.
Yeah.
Which for us goes 250 feet, you know.
But here's where he ends up. Has a line to the pin.
What a shot.
Oh my God. Good. That's one of his best upshots all around. That was fantastic.
Yeah, from off the fairway to 15 feet long. Ryan Monn in a great spot. This one's kind of leaking a bit early, and catches that tree to put him at circle's edge.
Yeah.
This is an important upshot
Ryan Monn's range.
Yeah, this is an important upshot for Cleary. He's got to at least give himself a putt here. And he kind of does. A little short. It clipped a limb on the way there. But he's got to look.
Smooth forehand here by Beachy. And he does put it within 10 feet.
Yeah, that should be enough to save his par. So, yeah, big putt here for Cleary. About 36, 38 feet, but just a bit right. Maybe some of those late round nerves starting to come into play.
Potentially. Ryan Monn to get himself even farther under par.
And why not?
I mean, that's just center of the basket. All right, here you go. What is the record for under par strokes at Junior Worlds?
I don't know what it is, but I have a feeling this might be. This has to be in contention.
Yeah, probably. And he's still going to have 9 more to play after this. I don't know if we can count that, but we probably should.
Statmando, if you're watching, let us know. Big time birdie for Harrison Young gets him to 36.
Yeah, 36.
Yeah.
Have to see.
Looking like a good guess.
We do have one more hole to play here before we decide This is a par 4, 575 feet. No holding back. This did play. This isn't one of the easier ones. This is on the harder side of this course. So got to figure out where people are at. You can still, Beachy and Young can kind of still decide like, hey, I can take a par and go, or maybe they need a bird. They can still look at the scores and kind of try to decide that and play the hole accordingly.
Yeah, most of these guys are going to be going to the forehand off the tee. You would think a birdie from Young or Beachy will get them in. That is a step in the right direction for Young. Puts him in a great spot. Let's see if Beachy can replicate it. Bit wide, but does get through. All right, if Cleary, he's going to throw a forehand here. Which pro's forehand form does this remind you of?
Ooh, a test here. Oh, he brought it up. Hamas.
Yes. Okay, we're on the same page.
Yeah, that was easy.
Let us know in the comments if you agree. But that is textbook Adam Hamas forehand form right there. He's got the little pump fake,
That's right. It's so unique too. Yeah.
Yeah. Ryan
That's
Monn
awesome.
catches late. He'll have just a nice pitch up from there. Go ahead, Dan.
I was gonna say I didn't even notice that or pay attention to it until you said something, and then it was clicked right away.
I saw it on the front nine, and then he hasn't thrown a forehand in 10 holes, so I didn't have a chance to say anything about it.
Oh. Here's Harrison in and up into the green, catches a early tree, so he will just have to pitch up and settle for his par. But important shot here for Cleary. Definitely thinking he's got a birdie. And there you go.
And he gets it. Big time upshots too for Young and Beachy. They need to secure the par because as we're going to see here in a second, Dan, you were right on the money. 36 seems to be the number, but we'll get to those scores in a second. Is he going to run this putt? Of course, why not? Why not try to get to 52,
Yeah, no reason not to. They might have looked up what the record is. Him and his brother.
That's true.
You never know.
That's true. They might. Is Jake Monn a junior world champion? I don't know. Or is this the first Monn to win a junior worlds? Man, we ask a lot of questions on this coverage, Dan. We don't have a lot of
answers. We have none of the answers.
Unfortunately. We really need a stats guy on to help us out.
Yeah. I do know the answer to life, but I just don't feel like sharing it. So
that's okay. Yeah, you keep that to yourself.
All right, cool. As long as you're cool with it.
So good round from these guys. We will see here in a second if it was enough to get them into the final 9. Top 4 advancing from here on out. Ryan Monn has obviously secured his place. 51 under par through 5 rounds of disc golf is simply incredible. There's no other way to put it. And as we look, Lauren Butterbaugh is in at 11 under. We had a 3-way tie for second. And after the playoff that occurred, Harrison Young and Josiah Beachy are in to the final 9. Unfortunately, their other competitor who was tied with them, Judah Quistra, who shot the hot round of the day, does not make the cut, but a great effort from him. We got 9 more holes here at Junior Worlds. We'll see you there.